The hospital intercom crackled to life, just as Marcus Webb lifted his daughter from the waiting room chair. Her routine checkup was done, her small hand already reaching for his collar when the words stopped him cold. Code red, O negative, blood needed immediately. Pediatric emergency. All compatible staff report to donation center. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of small moments to change lives, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness True Stories. Also, tell us in the comments, where in the world are you watching from? Marcus stood frozen in the corridor. His 6-year-old daughter Lily pressed against his chest. Oh, negative. The rarest blood type. His blood type. Lily tugged at his sleeve, her eyes wide with innocent concern. Daddy, can we help? Before he could answer, the donation center doors burst open, and there she stood, Victoria Ashford, CEO of Ashford Industries, the woman who had shattered his dignity just hours ago. Her face was pale with terror, her designer heels clicking frantically on the linoleum. Then she saw him, the janitor, the man she had humiliated in front of dozens of employees, the man who now held her daughter's life in his veins. 6 hours earlier, the morning had begun like any other for Marcus Webb. His alarm rang at 3:30, the same time it had rung for the past 3 years. He moved quietly through the small apartment, careful not to wake Lily, who slept curled around her stuffed elephant in the bedroom they shared. The coffee maker gurgled its familiar song as he pulled on his work uniform. Navy blue pants, a matching shirt with his name stitched above the pocket. At 34, Marcus had learned that pride was a luxury he could not always afford. He had a degree in mechanical engineering from Ohio State, had once designed components for aerospace systems, had once worn suits and attended meetings where people called him Sir. That life ended 3 years ago, along with everything else he had built. His wife Sarah's medical bills had consumed their savings first, then their house, then their future. When she finally lost her battle with cancer, Marcus was left with a mountain of debt and a 3-year-old daughter who still asked when Mommy was coming home. He took the first job he could find. Ashford Industries needed janitors for their corporate headquarters in Columbus. The pay was modest but steady. The hours early enough that he could pick Lily up from the subsidized daycare by the gas. He mopped floors and emptied trash cans in the same building where engineers discussed designs he could have improved in his sleep. He never complained. He never mentioned his past. He simply worked because Lily needed him to work, and that was enough. The main lobby of Ashford Industries gleamed with marble floors and floor-to-ceiling windows. Marcus was polishing the brass handrails of the grand staircase when the morning rush began. He kept his head down, a ghost in plain sight, until a sharp voice cut through the hum. "You there?" Marcus looked up to see Victoria Ashford, a woman of sharp angles and sharper reputation, standing with a group of executives. She pointed at a small, almost invisible smudge on the marble near his bucket. "Is this your standard of cleanliness?" Her tone was ice. Before Marcus could respond, she continued, addressing her entourage. "This is precisely the lack of attention to detail that filters into our operations. Mediocrity at one level breeds mediocrity at all levels." The executives nodded, their eyes avoiding Marcus. His supervisor, Mr. Henderson, scurried over. "I'm so sorry, Miss Ashford. It won't happen again." Victoria's gaze lingered on Marcus's name tag, Webb. "Ensure it does not." She turned on her heel, the click-clack of her shoes echoing like gunshots in the cavernous lobby. The humiliation was a physical burn, but Marcus swallowed it as he swallowed everything. For Lily, the day dragged on. He completed his shift, picked up Lily from daycare, and took her to her pediatrician appointment, the sting of the morning still fresh. Now in the sterile hospital hallway, time folded in on itself. Victoria Ashford's elegant composure was gone, replaced by raw, primal fear. Her eyes, which had earlier looked through him, now locked onto his with desperate recognition. "You," she breathed, the word a tremor. "It's my daughter. A car accident. She's in surgery. They said they need O negative, please." Every instinct in Marcus screamed to walk away, to let this woman who valued marble over people feel a fraction of the helplessness he'd lived with for years. He felt Lily's small hand squeeze his. "Daddy, the little girl is sick. We have to help, right?" He looked down at his daughter's face, so full of Sarah's kindness, and the bitter wall around his heart cracked. This was not about Victoria Ashford. This was about a little girl like Lily who needed a chance. Without a word, he shifted Lily in his arms and walked towards the donation center door, passing Victoria as if she were just another piece of the hallway's furniture. He spoke to the nurse at the desk. "I'm O-negative. I'm here to donate." The process began. As he sat in the donation chair, Lily perched on a stool beside him coloring. He saw Victoria hovering near the doorway, a statue of anguish. The nurse inserted the needle and his dark, vital blood began to flow through the tube. It was nearly complete when Victoria finally found her voice. She stepped closer, her words tumbling out in a low, choked whisper. I don't know what to say. Thank you. This morning, what I said. Marcus kept his eyes on the bag filling with his blood. You didn't see me this morning. You saw a uniform. A problem. My daughter's name is Lily. My name is Marcus. Webb, I have a degree in mechanical engineering. I designed fuel line components for satellites before my wife got sick. He finally looked at her. I see your daughter. That's all that matters today. Victoria Ashford seemed to shrink. The CEO facade dissolved completely, leaving behind just a terrified mother. The guilt and shame on her face were more profound than any apology could be. When the donation was complete, the nurse hurried the life-saving unit away. Marcus held a cotton ball to the crook of his arm, stood up, and picked up a drowsy Lily. As he turned to leave, Victoria reached out a trembling hand, then let it fall. Will your daughter be okay?" he asked, the question surprising even himself. Victoria nodded, tears finally spilling over. "They said the blood will give her a fighting chance. Because of you." Marcus simply nodded. He walked out of the donation center, down the hall, and out into the evening air. He did not feel like a hero. He felt tired. But he also felt, for the first time in a long time, a quiet sense of unshakable dignity. 2 weeks later, a formal letter arrived at his apartment, not at his workplace. It was on Ashford Industries' letterhead, but it was handwritten. "Mr. Webb," it began, "please forgive the intrusion. My daughter Chloe is recovering, thanks to you. I have taken a leave of absence from my role to be with her. During this time, I have had to confront the person I had become. Your actions and your words were a mirror I could not avoid. I have instructed our HR department to offer you a paid consultancy position in our engineering division, to be conducted on hours that suit your responsibilities as a father. Your insights are needed. There is also a full scholarship in Lily's name at any accredited daycare or preschool of your choice. This is not repayment. It is a first step toward rebuilding a culture that sees people, not just positions. I hope you will consider it. Sincerely, Victoria Ashford." Marcus read the letter 3 times, with Lily playing at his feet. He thought of Sarah, of the kindness she always believed was the world's true currency. He folded the letter and smiled. It was not an ending, but perhaps a new kind of beginning, one built not on humiliation, but on humanity rediscovered. If you were moved by this story of unexpected grace and the power of choosing kindness, please support our channel. This is Kindness True Stories, where we believe every act of decency writes a better world. Share this story, subscribe to our channel, and hit the like button to help us spread more light. Thank you for watching.